Before I found out what was really going on, I sort of had like this ongoing shoulder pain in my right shoulder. I was like 26, 27 at the time, and I didn't think much else of it. I thought I basically tore a rotator cuff. The first thing that they noticed was that the entire spine of the scapula, basically the entire scapula, was mottled, and that's what we describe, something that is basically sort of punctuated. So he sort of came into the room, and I knew something was wrong right away, because basically he came in with like 4 other people, and that's not normally something you see. And so I kind of had a feeling that something bad was about to happen. He was like, we need to get an MRI right now. As I just remembered, as I rolled through my own images, I couldn't tell what was what. It was like looking at someone else's MRI. It was really impressive. It was basically the scapula was kind of erupting in all directions, and it looked like there were several soft tissue metastases adjacent to it. So it looked like wherever it had come from, it had already spread, and it looked like the horse was out of the barn already. So over the next few days, as I started to break down the news to the people I love, my family and my friends, I would essentially start the conversation the same way every time. I would call them up and say, "Do you have time to talk? Because I have news and it's not good." And so a week goes by, and like the news is finally starting to gradually wear on everybody, and then I wake up to a phone call from the person from Dr. Johnson across the street at Cincinnati Children's, and he says, "Call me back right now. It's not what we thought." And with any lymphoma, surgery is you're not really talking about 5-year mortality rates anymore. You're talking about things like cure rates. The whole process from beginning to end was really incredible, because I had experienced it so many times from the physician side of the table, so many times. But when it was me in the hospital gown, me looking up at other physicians telling me what was going on, it was sort of eye-opening. As more and more pathology came back, he started giving me articles to read. When so many things about your life very suddenly is ripped out of your control, that was a very nice thing for him to do. It gave me a lot of hope to be able to read those articles that were very recently published by people at the NIH and at very reputable centers, and to know that we're doing exactly what they're doing. And things that weren't being done even a few years ago is becoming the new standard of care. One of the best things that could happen to me was that my physicians were just so confident. They knew me, and I knew they wanted what was best for me, and I knew they would treat me like a family member, or if this happened to them, what they would do was what they were recommending. Every day I work with people who are amazing role models at UC Health. Everyone from the nurses and the physicians and my mentors. It's a lot of fun taking care of people and doing it well.